Hi, it's Amanda the Nail Polish Hound and welcome to this first update for my whole collection Project Polish. And there's lots of other lovely people taking part in this, so I will link them in the description bar. And if you've not seen the first episode where I explain all of the rules, I will link that as well as putting a link to it in the end screen at the end of this video. In that first episode, these were the 10 polishes that were chosen at random to be used over the last couple of months. So let's see which ones I wore and what I thought of them, whether I'm going to keep them or destash them. First of all, we had Pinking of You by OPI, and this is a pale, slightly peachy pink, not really the sort of colour that I wear very often. I did wear it on its own and it doesn't really complement my skin tone very well, and I tried a little bit of stamping over it to see if that would help, but I still didn't like it very much, so I thought that I was going to destash this one. However, I've been using it on my swatch reel for my Tricky Toppers series, so I'm going to keep it just for that reason. And the second one that was chosen was this bright yellow, which I was super happy about. The yellow's not a polish colour that I wear, it doesn't normally suit my skin tone, and let's be honest, this isn't really the sort of polish you'd normally wear at this time of the year. So I did use it, bit of a cheat, I used it in some nail art, but I actually really enjoyed it. I used it in this mani with a nail vinyl and I was really surprised at how well it covered up the black, so I'm going to be keeping this one for nail art. The next one that came up was Scattered Hollow Taco by Hollow Taco. I just love the labels on these bottles, they are so pretty, and I love scattered holographic toppers, so this is always going to be a favourite type of polish of mine and I wear them quite a lot. So here's the manicure that I used it in, and you're going to see the base colour for that one in a little bit. And this one is of course going to be staying in my collection. Next we had Solar Flare by KB Shimmer, and this is an absolutely stunning magnetic polish. Really love this one and I was looking forward to wearing it again. I do a magnetic collaboration on Instagram once a month, so I jumped at the opportunity to use it in my mani for that collaboration, and I was really happy with how this one came out. And of course this one will be staying in my collection, I really love it. And the next one that came up was this lovely pale grey called Grace by Ada's Nails. And I used this one as the base for a manicure that I did in memory of the lovely Donna, who was instrumental in developing my love of magnetic polishes. So in memory of her, I did this manicure with a magnetic topper over Grace and some stamping as well. Grace is a beautiful polish and it will be staying in my collection. The next one was Little Boa Peep by Essie, and this one was another magnetic polish. I don't normally wear magnetic polishes as a full manicure without any stamping or anything else over the top, but I did wear this one on its own and I really quite enjoyed it. So that's another one that will be staying in my collection for now, although I do have a Missouri that's quite similar, so I might have to do a comparison between those two at some point in the future. The next one that came up was OPI's Icelanded, a bottle of OPI, and this is just a neutral taupe colour. I have quite a few of this sort of colour in my collection, and again might need to do a bit of a comparison video at a later point, but I did enjoy wearing this polish and I also used it as the base for this manicure that I did as a challenge on Instagram, and as you can see the Scattered Hollow Taco went into this one as well. So Icelanded, a bottle of OPI, is also staying in my collection for now, but we might have to be doing a comparison at some time in the future. The next one that came up was ILMP's Karma, and this is a lovely gold flake topper. And I actually wore this one twice. The first time was over Hot List by Rimmel from my winter nail polish rack. and the second time I wore it as a topper over the top of Royal by Revlon with Fantasy Fire by Max Factor over the top of that, and then finally Karma by ILNP over the top. And this is the manicure that I'm wearing on my nails later in this video. So ILNP's Karma is definitely staying in my collection. I don't think there was ever any doubt about that. Next we have got Alice by Polish Me Royalty, and in the intro I did say that I thought that this had lost its colour. It was definitely more blue than this when I originally had it, and now it's sort of a yellowy cream with the gold flakes in there. So I was fairly certain I wasn't going to like this one anymore. This is a picture of what it looked like when I first got it, and this is what it looks like now. It really doesn't suit my skin tone, and so this one is going to be destashed. And the last one that was chosen in my intro was this one by Revlon. It's called Royal, and this is a quite sheer polish, though it's not intended to be a jelly. I had hoped I could use it that way, but I tried that and it didn't work at all. This is what it looked like on its own, and as you can see it is a bit patchy, and I've got other blues that I prefer. I did in the end put it in the manicure that I described earlier, and I quite liked it like that, but the other blues I have would be just as good, so this one is also going to be destashed. So from those first 10 polishes, I wore all 10 of them. I'm going to be keeping 8 of them, and I'm going to be destashing the other 2. And with Pinking of You being kept just for use on swatch wheels for my Tricky Topper series, and after that I might well let that one go. So for now though, I'm going to be keeping 8 and destashing 2. So now it's on to the random choices for this update. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you that I have added a few more polishes to my spreadsheet, and these are the polishes that I received since that introduction and my last update to my nail polish collection. So you can see that those have been added to the spreadsheet, taking my total number of unique polishes up to 754. So now I'm going to do what I did last time, and I'm going to switch the audio over to a live audio with the screen grab when I check what all of the polishes chosen were. So the first one that came up is 686. And 686 is Neon Rosebud by ILNP, and this one is a multi-chrome flaky topper. It's really weird that it chose a number straight after one of the other ones that I've just done. But anyway, so that's Neon Rosebud by ILNP, number 686. And the next one is 104. So almost up to the top. 104 is Love Potion number 9 by Quixotic. This is a beautiful polish. I've only worn it once, so I'm really looking forward to wearing that one again. Really, really pretty. So 104, Love Potion number 9 by Quixotic polish. The next one is 717. Almost down to the bottom again. And 717 is Holy Hollow by Orally. That's another topper. It's a straightforward hexagon silver holographic topper, I believe. So that one should be fairly easy to use, I think. So that's 717. Next one is 596. And 596 is another magnetic polish, and this one's by Sally Hansen. It's called Kinetic Copper. So as you can imagine, that's a copper coloured magnetic polish. Next one is 520. And that is Royal Icing by Sally Hansen. That is a textured polish. I nearly de-stashed these two, but when I used this one in particular I really liked it, so hopefully I still do. So that's 520 Royal Icing by Sally Hansen. Next one is number 82. And that is Alter Ego by OPI. This is a very sheer sort of pink with almost like an iridescent look to it. I used to wear this one a lot to work. It was one of my go-to work polishes, and I haven't worn it in ages. So that's number 82 Alter Ego. Next one is 583. Can never pick them one after the other, can I? Up and down the spreadsheet every single time. 583. A bit further. 583. Outrageous Orange. One of the high vis polishes by Barry M. These were a little bit disappointing when I used them the first time. They're pretty streaky, and you either have to have a white base under them if you want a proper neon polish finish to them, but I kept them because I thought they might be good for doing jelly sandwiches, so might be doing one of those. So that was number 583. Next one is number 5. And number 5 is Fire Agate by Baroness X. And I think, if I remember rightly, this one was one of those black to red polishes that was all the craze last year with it. Or was it the year before? Losing track of time. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's what that one is. So it's Fire Agate, number 5. Next one is 357. So 357 is Bo Peep by Emily de Molly, and this is my gotcha polish for my lovely rescue dog, and this was the polish I was wearing when we picked him up. So that's Bo Peep by Emily de Molly. And the last choice is number 80. Number 80 is Lucifer's Cage by 90. I think this one's untried actually, so I will look forward to wearing this one. I'm fairly certain this one was gifted to me by George of George's Nails. So Lucifer's Cage by 90 is the last of my 10 random polishes for this update. So I'm going to go and pick those out of my collection now and show them to you. So we're back now with all the polishes and back to editing Amanda, and this first one is ILMP's Neon Rosebud. I believe this is intended to be used as a topper because it's reasonably base heavy, but I like building it up as an accent nail. The next one was Quixotic Polishes Love Potion number 9. I love this one. I'm really looking forward to wearing this one again. I've only worn it the once. As you can see, very, very pretty, sort of mauvey pink with lots and lots of flakies in it. And I think there's a touch of scattered hollow in there as well. And then the next one we have is Orly's Holy Hollow. And this is a very basic holographic topper just with those hexagon silver hollows in it, and it is very base heavy, this one. You either have to go in with the brush and give it a good swirl, or you have to put some out on a nail polish mat and pick the glitters out and place them. The next one was Sally Hansen's Kinetic Copper, and this is one of my older magnetic polishes, and I don't think Sally Hansen make magnetic polishes anymore, but I did buy up quite a lot of them. This is what this one looks like when it's magnetized. It's fairly subtle, but I do quite like it, and I don't think I got anything else quite like this one in my collection. The next one, also by Sally Hansen, was one of their textured polishes, and this one is called Royal Icing. This one's very spring appropriate, so I'm quite pleased that it's come out for me to wear now, and I really enjoyed it last time with that sort of pinky gold glitter in there as well. The next one was the Orange High Vis Barry M. And these are tricky to work with because they are actually very sheer. This one's called Outrageous Orange. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it at the moment. We'll have to wait and see what inspiration comes my way. Then we had this polish by Baroness X, and it was one of the black to red shifting polishes, and I think it was my first ever PPU polish purchase, and as you can see, it's also got the multi-chrome flakes in there as well. This is what this one looks like. It is very pretty. The next one that came up was Alter Ego by OPI. I remember this polish being a lot more pink and a lot less yellow than this, and I hope that it's not going to look like this on my nails. If it does, then this one will probably be for the D-stash. You can see it is very sheer and it is meant to be just a sheer wash of colour. Then we had Emily de Molly's Beau Peep, and I just love this polish, very pretty indeed. I wear it once a year to celebrate getting our lovely rescue dog, and so the timing is perfect for this one as well, because we got him in March, so I will be putting this on in March to celebrate that anniversary. And last we had Lucifer's Cage by 90. This is sort of a denim-y blue linear holographic polish. Very pretty indeed, and I can't believe I haven't got around to wearing it yet, so that will be rectified very soon. So there you go, that's the 10 polishes chosen for the next couple of months or so. I'll come back and update you after I've worn all of these, or after 2 months, whichever one comes first. Thanks for watching, and here's those other videos that I told you about.